Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Odoo webinar. Thank you all for being here today. Today, we're going to be talking about marketing strategies for Odoo partners. So if you are an Odoo partner, welcome back, and I hope you are able to utilize some of the things we talk about today. If you are not an Odoo partner, please feel free to reach out to me or somebody else on the Odoo team. We would love to talk to you about our partnership opportunities. So my name is April. I am a channel account manager here at Odoo, which means I help facilitate all of the marketing strategies as well as the sales within the partnership team. And again, there's my phone number and email address. So if you are considering being in the partnership team, please let me know. So today we are going to specifically be talking about marketing, and I think oftentimes the partners on our team assume that there is a linear one-to-one line between the marketing and the sales, when in fact the marketing should be generating the leads to go to the sales pipeline, but it is not going to be the direct cause of the leads that you are given or that you're getting. The marketing should be able to generate those leads for you, but also it should do a number of different things, including bringing awareness to your team, bringing awareness of your team, as well as your business and as Odoo as a whole. So this is kind of what we're going to go over today. We will have a Q&A at the very end, so if you have any questions now or during the presentation, please feel free to put them in the chat and I will read through them at the end and we will go from there. So the first thing I want to talk about today is, why do you need marketing? So every single one of our partners will have some sort of marketing strategy, and if you don't, I hope by the end of the day you will be able to at least create some sort of strategy for your business that will be able to both utilize Odoo as well as any other portions of your operations that you are selling. So we're going to talk about the marketing funnel today. This is kind of the Marketing 101 theoretical application of your strategies. So the main one we're talking about today is the awareness portion of the funnel. So all of your marketing strategies essentially are going to be building awareness around your business, around Odoo, that should then eventually funnel down into interest, consideration, and eventually action. I think a lot of partners oftentimes expect that doing a webinar will directly lead to, leads purchasing Odoo, when actually, the awareness portion is going to bring a lot more of those interested parties in and be a little bit better for the business. So what is awareness? It's essentially everything from getting your website up to building the SEO, to paying for Google Ads, for doing community engagement, trade shows, and all of these things fall within that marketing umbrella. Some of them, you ought to pay for, such as Google Ads, but a lot of these other ones are free marketing tools. Your account manager can help you with them. We have tons of online resources, and I'll make sure to put some of the links in the YouTube video after it's done. But all of the awareness campaigns is what's going to take the longest to convert, but it is also the most necessary in terms of getting the marketing together. If we're wanting to bring these people down the funnel, there are a myriad of different ways, which are right here. And so once you've engage in the community. You've gotten some of these people a little bit more on board or aware of Odoo within the trade shows. We would then move on to the interest. So once people, you have their email address or you have their business cards or, once they understand your business as well as Odoo, then you can start the targeted ad campaigns, doing specific industry content, creating webinars, or mass mailing campaigns. And a lot of this can be specific to the industry or specific to whatever workflow your business has. So you should have your value prop at this point in time, as well as kind of the strategy for marketing. So whether it's the branding, what your specific targeted group is, or demographic rather, you should be able to at this point do a lot more specific targeting. And then once you've captured their interest, at that point will be the consideration proposition. So whether you're giving them free trials or you're doing case studies specific to their business flow, you're offering any sort of referral or rewards program, or forum engagement, which is extremely valuable and important because although Odoo does have teams that assist and facilitate with some of the forum engagement, a lot of that is done by the partners. And the purpose of all this is to make your brand valuable within the greater Odoo ecosystem. And to give a bit of name recognition, not just of Odoo, but as the partnership as well. So we're going to go through a few different ways that you can do this. We'll do first the online marketing, then the offline marketing, which is I've considered community outreach, and then we'll talk about some of the internal Odoo resources that we have that is kind of a mixture of both of those. So the first and most important part is the website, and I know that probably seems self-explanatory, but if you have a static website, you need to make sure that it's dynamic. This is just an example from Navobi, one of our gold partners, who have also set one of the gold standards and best practices for something like building the website. Does your website mention Odoo? Does it mention that you're an Odoo partner? Does it have your value props on there and your, are you subject matter experts in manufacturing or website design, inventory solutions? What is it that your team does? And is that, on your website in an optimized way? If somebody were to look for an Odoo partner and click on your website, will they have the ability to, one, see that what they're looking for is available from you, and two, trust you from that website? It is your first impression and kind of the, the mirror into yourself as a company. And alongside that, with the website, you need to make sure that there's always a demo case, and please ask your account manager. There are a couple of ways that we can tie, the requested demo, requested quote, to you as a partner within our own CRM. But every website should have some sort of call to action and some sort of interaction that the customers are allowed or are able to have with you and your team from your website. So the second one, also kind of self-explanatory, but I know a lot of partners don't have it, and you may not have time to create all of these different social media accounts and upload them regularly. There are a lot of ways to do that, including Odoo's social media manager. But it's really important to have the, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn accounts. Whether they're updated regularly or not is up to you. But to make sure that you at least have the presence there for the purposes of SEO, as well as for any recognition, because, again, just like they're going to go look at your website, especially for some of these smaller learning and ready partners, who you are and who you are presented on things, especially like LinkedIn, is going to be extremely valuable in building that trust before they're able to meet you in person or over the phone. So when they're, evaluating a number of different customers, it's a really easy way to lose that potential opportunity if you're not even existent online. Google Ads, of course, is probably one of the best ways to garner interest. We, at Odoo, it's a necessary evil. We have a lot of Google Ads for Odoo specifically, but it's always suggested. And if, at the very least, Google keywords, Google SEO optimization, these tools are out there to help you. And, a lot of them, like the ads, for example, are pay-per-click. So if you're, specifically working in the cannabis industry or the aerospace industry, or if your focus is on CRM or manufacturing, you're able to target those specific groups with this. And having the online ad presence is good, as well as the ability to A/B test, different campaigns or different demographics. You get all of that with the Google Ads. And the last or another thing is the video content. So if you've, done a demo that you recorded and a portion of it was very specific to a certain industry, or it was a development that your team created for one of your workflows that you think it might be useful for somebody else, just put it online. It doesn't need to be like these are 43 30-minute clips. It can be a 5-10 minute video, of a very specific training or, development piece. And, a lot of those questions, when people go looking for them, they're going to go to YouTube, or, they're going to go to watch the videos first. And if you were the ones that created that video on that specific thing, it's a really easy way to generate those leads that come to you. So the second part, which I believe is equally as important, is the offline marketing. So the first thing is to make sure that you've built your brand. So if you don't have a logo, please go get one. Pick the color scheme, the font. I know that not everybody has, tens of thousands of dollars to go out and find a PR or branding firm to do, to help build the brand that way. But there are a lot of resources online. Business cards are not that expensive from a couple of those places. You can also get a logo designed by tons of, brilliant people for minimal amount of money through some of the, Fiverr or Upworks accounts. So it's extremely important, if you're going to start trying to marketing, that to have that subconscious recognition with the name recognition as well. Secondly, use your local network. A lot of you have been in the industry for a long time. A lot of you are coming in new, but either way, you should be able to have that, conversations with your friends over dinner, or, anyone within your network. Odoo is not, just specifically for manufacturing or inventory. If you're needing a website, say, hey, I can help facilitate that. Or, if it's even something like email marketing, we're able to help you with that. One of the first things I tell my partners when they're asking, how can I generate leads, is to join the local networking communities. If you haven't been to your Chamber of Commerce, those meetings every single month are essentially just showcasing all of the new businesses, and often, they're smaller, medium-sized businesses or target audience, going and talking about, their recent engagement within the community. So if you're, looking for new business, I don't know where else is a better place to find it than the Chamber of Commerce. But there's a number of, similar organizations in just about every city. So if you're not, at least if you're not a paid member, at least participating in some of the functions, I would highly suggest to, go to some of these local meetings, especially if you're still looking for local opportunities. And lastly, trade shows. So I think this is also one of the most important ones. So if you're, whether it's a particular vertical or a particular application that your business specializes in, they have trade shows for a number of different industries, as I'm sure you know. And, Odoo can fit in a lot of those places. If you don't have the time or, maybe finances to build out a booth, they have so many of these online now. Just a quick Google search of Odoo, or not Odoo, of ERP online forum or online show will bring up dozens of online events. So I would highly encourage you to start, signing up for some of those and helping build your network within the ERP community or within, any sort of vertical that you're looking to get into. And so the last thing is, how can Odoo assist you? One of the, if not the most important in my opinion, is the references page. So anytime you sell Odoo, your referrals go onto this page. So if somebody is a warm lead and maybe they've already, tested out with a free trial and they're trying to identify who they think the best fit would be for an implementation partner, they're going to go to the references page. This is the odoo.com/find a partner. And when they look at this page, it's going to have all of the references, all of the certifications. It's going to have your logo, and it's going to have your vision, mission, goals, or your brief about me on here. So if you look at this as the top of our gold partners list, you can see the references. Everything is very clean. You can even put videos within that page. So if you are a partner and you go look at your page and this does not look clean, or it doesn't have the logo, there's, at this point, 78 other partners. So when you're competing, trying to find or if you're not necessarily competing, but if you're trying to be at the same level of all the other partners within that particular category, it's really important to make sure that at the very minimum, you have that paragraph of your about me, you have your certifications there so they know that you're certified, and all of your references as well as have logos. So if you go to your page now and you see that it doesn't look great, please reach out to your AM. They will be able to get all of the information that they need from you to make sure that it is up to the standard of somebody seeing your page for the first time. Another thing that we can do is the blogs. So we have, anything from success stories if you have yet to sell your first Odoo subscription, but you might not have a success story, but maybe a why I became a partner story, or a story about a particular development. Our marketing team is always looking for content. This helps, not only ours, but your SEO by putting your URL in there, the name of your partnership, and you can also share the blogs with us. Some of the members of the team can also, kind of do a Q&A and help write and edit it for you as well. So the blog specifically is such a minimal amount of time from your side for the amount that you will get out of it. Another great way is our app stores. So if you have done a specific development and have not put it on the App Store, but you think you might be able to, aside from getting paid from anyone that buys that app, it does have your name attached to the application that's on there. So again, the name recognition, the SEO assistance, and it kind of gives a little bit of validity to you um, by engaging in the App Store in that way. Kind of similar to the slide after this, but if you have not participated in Odoo Experience, I would highly recommend that you do so this year. It will, of course, be in Q4 of the year, so we have plenty of time to kind of prepare and get an idea of a topic in there, but these are not only presented to thousands of people during OE, they're also put on our website on YouTube, and oftentimes seem to garner a lot more views than some of the other ones. And so not only are they, utilized for internal trainings, but it's also going to be the first place that people go for some of these very nuanced and specific case studies. And same thing as that, if you are not ready for Odoo Experience, but you do have, a particular vertical that you'd like to talk about, or a specific application that you've, say you've really mastered manufacturing within Odoo V15, and you would like to host a webinar in conjunction with Odoo, you're able to reach out to your account manager, and they can help set up Odoo webinar if that's something that you are interested in. And the last thing is just collaborate with your account manager. It's at the end of the day, as long as you have a clean pipe and you have your value prop completely aligned, your account manager is here to help assist with your marketing strategy. We have that skill set along with, the sales. So if it's, whether it's helping to, read the copy on your website, or it's making sure that the content is accurate, or there's a good flow within your YouTube videos, your account manager will be able to assist in all of these things, and not only able to, but we would really like to. The more marketing that you do, the more that your AM grows as well. So we are absolutely here to help with that. And so please reach out to your account manager with any marketing tips or questions rather that you have. And that will be our marketing presentation for today. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in now. And if there are no questions, I thank you for visiting today. Again, my name is April. You can email me at aps@odoo.com. And we thank you and look forward to seeing you soon.